This segment is sponsored by Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo, presented by CBS 6.
We're excited to have our next guest with us. She's the clinic director of the VCU Health Medical Weight Loss Program. She's been named Richmond Magazine's top doc 10 times.
Yikes. She also is going to be at Thrive, the Women's Health Expo and Fitness Expo, this Saturday, presented by CBS 6. We welcome Dr. Susan Wolver to Virginia this morning. So I was looking at one of the things that's on your resume, and it says you were an Air Force flight surgeon. I know what the Air Force is. I know what flight is. I know what a surgeon is. Did you do surgery in a flight? I mean, how does that work?
That's actually a really common question. Surgeon is the old term for doctor from many, many, many years ago, and it's sort of stuck in the military. So actually, I was just sort of a family medicine doctor. I took care of pilots and their families, but I actually had to fly with the pilots and deploy with the pilots, and had a certain number of hours each month that I had to fly in F-15s with my pilots. So,
So it was a good question, Bill.
Yeah,
good question.
that's good.
One Dr. Wolver is used to, which is a plus. This conversation now, you're here this morning with us talking about the weight loss program at VCU Health, the medical center. And this conversation is front and center, but this program's been up and running for a while. You were the inaugural director. Let's talk about the work that's going on with the program.
So it's actually been going on since 2013. It started when I got to be middle-aged, and the same advice I had been giving to my patients for really decades didn't work for me. So I started out finding my own path forward on how to lose weight. My patients had been desperate to lose weight for years, and I had really been very, very unsuccessful as a primary care doctor. And so when I found what worked for me, I started trying it with my patients. Not only did it work, I was able to start taking them off of medications instead of adding medications as I had done previously. And really, it gave me the reward I was looking for all those years in primary care to restore people's health and to keep them on a path of health and wellness. And so it became so much fun and really combined all my passions together that I became board certified in obesity medicine, and now I'm moving primarily to doing that full time and have an entire staff that work with me to help these patients.
Wow. So you go from treating people's problems to actually making them healthier. I've got a question. We said at the top, 1,600 patients. Do you guys keep account on pounds? Have you added those up from the 1,600 patients?
We really haven't. We've tried. It's a very difficult number because people gain and lose. They go away for a while and they come back, so it's really hard to know what your starting point is.
Yeah.
I mean, if we just added and never took away when people gain back, you know, it would be tens of thousands of pounds.
Wow.
We had an event off-site. We had 24 patients there, and I did count all the weight that those 24 patients had lost, and it was over 900 pounds.
Wow. Dr. Wolver, you'll be with us Saturday at Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo. It's the 29th out at the Richmond Raceway Complex. It's a $5 general admission. You get to come in and have one-on-one access. You're going to do a Q&A from the cooking stage, and this is primarily going to focus on the ketogenic diet, right? Which is probably kind of nerdy to say. Most people know it as keto.
Keto.
But there are a lot of questions surrounding keto.
There are, and it's really interesting because when I started this in 2013, nobody had any idea what I was talking about. So we primarily focus on lowering carbohydrates. That can be from a few to all the way to a ketogenic diet. In the beginning, we kind of put everyone in a box, and I quickly learned, because I learn from my patients all the time, that the best diet a patient can be on is one they can stick to. And not everybody can stick to every kind of eating plan. And so we very much adapt, but we absolutely focus on a low carbohydrate approach. But way back in 2013, when I was telling people to eat bacon and eggs, they were just absolutely shocked that many of the foods that they had given up for years and years, they could actually put back in their diet now. And back then, nobody heard the words ketogenic diet, and it's become a real grassroots movement because people are really regaining their health. And it almost seems too good to be true, and I wouldn't have believed it had I not seen it through my own eyes. I've taken more than 90% of the people that come to me and stay with me off of insulin.
90%.
90%. And for a lot of those patients, when you're given the diagnosis of diabetes, you're given a sentence of all these medications, these injections, all these things for the rest of your life, and no one ever tells them, you know what? If you change your diet in a certain way, you can actually get off of these medications. One person saves $2,200 a month from not having to buy insulin.
And facing that kind of lifestyle of like, oh, I got to take this in the morning, I got to do that, I got to do this. No, you don't. You can lose the weight and come off all of that. That's amazing.
That's why it's become such a groundswell, a grassroots movement. People come to me now for the very first time, and I ask in the very first informational session how many people are doing a keto diet. And probably at least 10 to 20% raise their hands before they've even met us or seen us. So people are taking matters into their own hands because quite frankly, what they were doing wasn't working.
Right.
And what I had done for the past couple of decades actually wasn't working either. So this has really renewed my joy in medicine. I love coming to work every day and seeing people get healthier.
Invigorating, and I would love to talk with you for the rest of the morning, but we're going to have to save it till Saturday. Find out. Thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
Find out about the latest trends in health and nutrition, and enjoy a fun-filled day. Come out Saturday to Thrive, the Women's Health and Fitness Expo presented by CBS 6. It's on the 29th. That's this weekend from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Richmond Raceway Complex.
Beachbody fitness trainer Autumn Calabrese and Joel Freeman will be there live, and you can enjoy free samples straight from the Virginia This Morning cooking stage and so much more. We hope to see you there.
Yeah, Dr. Susan Wolver will be doing a Q&A from the Virginia This Morning cooking stage. Don't want to miss it. That's going to be great. Get ready for a bunch of questions.
You got it.
How do I save $2,200 a month, right? That's going to be number one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, still to come this morning, you might recognize our next guest.